diving with whale sharks in the Philippines. The sun had barely risen over the horizon when the boat cut through the glassy waters of the Bohol Sea. The sky blushed in hues of coral and gold, mirroring the reefs hidden beneath the surface. Salt hung in the air. Engines hummed low, and somewhere below us, moving like ancient submarines through cathedral blue depths, were the giants we had crossed the world to meet. In the distance, the coastline of Aslov shimmered in the early light. Fishermen were already silhouettes against the dawn, their outriggers steady against the tide. The guide raised a quiet hand. No dramatic speech, just a whisper carried by the wind. "They're here." I slipped my mask on. The ocean swallowed the noise of the world the moment I leaned back and fell in silence. Then blue. A vast, endless blue that felt more like sky than sea. For a heartbeat, there was nothing but drifting particles of sunlight suspended in water. My own breath echoed in my ears. And then out of that infinite sapphire a shape emerged. Spotted, monumental, unhurried. A whale shark. Not a shadow, not a rumor, but a living constellation gliding toward me. Its body stretched longer than a bus, patterned with white dots that seemed painted by starlight itself. Its mouth wide and gentle, opened as it filtered plankton in patient rhythm. There was no aggression, no fear, just presence. To lock eyes, if only for a second, with a creature that has swarmed Earth's oceans for millions of years, is to feel time collapse. You are suddenly very small, and yet profoundly connected. The whale shark passed beneath me like a slow-moving continent. The sheer size of it displaced the water in a subtle current that rocked my body. Its tail, powerful and deliberate, moved side to side in a motion that felt older than language. Another followed, and another. Soon I was suspended among giants. Each one moved with the grace of drifting galaxies. Some rose toward the surface where beams of sunlight poured down in golden shafts. Others descended into deeper blue, their spotted backs fading into mystery. Schools of silverfish danced around them, flashing like sequins against the dark. The reef below pulsed with color corals and electric oranges and purples, clownfish darting through anemones, the occasional sea turtle cruising by like an unbothered elder of the sea. The Philippines, an archipelago of more than 7,000 islands, is often called the heart of the Coral Triangle, and underwater, you understand why. Life here does not simply exist, it explodes. But nothing commands awe quite like the whale shark. Locally known as buttoning, these gentle giants are the largest fish in the world, and yet they feed on the smallest of prey. There's something poetic about that. Power without predation, immensity without menace. As I floated there, one whale shark turned slightly, its eye visible, now dark, reflective, ancient. It did not hurry, it did not flinch, it simply shared the water. In that moment, the ocean felt less like a place and more like a living cathedral. Light filtered down like stained glass. Bubbles rose like whispered prayers. Every breath through my regulator felt sacred. 5 minutes underwater can feel like an hour or a second. Time dissolved into the rhythm of fins and tide. When my guide gently tapped his tank, signaling it was time to surface, I felt a pang of reluctance, as if leaving behind something immense and wordless. Breaking through the surface was like re-entering gravity. The world was louder again, brighter, smaller. Back on the boat, I pulled off my mask and looked at the horizon. The sea stretched endlessly toward other Philippine legends, reefs of Tubataha Reef's Natural Park, the sardine runs of Mobile, the hidden lagoons of El Nido. But for now, nothing could eclipse what we had just witnessed. A giant of the deep, a creature that carries the memory of oceans in its skin. As we turned back toward shore, the boat leaving white trails behind us, I realized that travel is not always about conquering summits or collecting passport stamps. Sometimes it is about surrender, about entering another world quietly, respectfully, and allowing it to change you. Somewhere beneath the waves of the Bohol Sea, the whale sharks continued their slow migration, indifferent to our wonder. But for 5 extraordinary minutes, we shared the same blue, and that was enough.